Welcome to the Morning Swim Show for Monday, December 7th, 2009. I'm your host, Peter Busch. We will have your tip of the week later on in the show from Australian coach Grant Stoelwinder. First, an interview too long in the making here on the Morning Swim Show. Ous Mellouli has been one of our favorite guests since we started the show, but we've been playing Skype tag for practically a year now. And now the Tunisian torpedo, as they call him back home, joins us once again via Skype from Los Angeles. Ous, how you doing?
Good, Frank. Thanks for having me back on the show. I know we've been playing tag for the last year, but it's finally good to be back.
You guys see that? He called me my dad, Frank Busch. All right.
Sorry.
No worries. Hey, I could be called worse things.
Sorry, Peter.
How's life treating you?
Good. Just trying to get back into the rhythm of things, you know. Had a long summer with many training games and world champs, so I decided to kind of take a little break from swimming, and I'm getting back into it a little bit in training now.
Now, you had to share the title of Male African Swimmer of the Year for Swimming World Magazine this year with Cameron Vanderberg. You cool with that?
That's fine. I mean, yeah, Cameron is a great swimmer. He's been swimming insanely fast in the World Cup series, and yeah, it just shows what kind of quality of swimmers we have in Africa now, which is great.
Well, outside of South Africa and then Zimbabwe for Kirsty Coventry, you're still kind of the guy. I mean, I think you got the northern part of the continent to yourself there. While we're on the topic...
Well, that's what we're trying to do. Hopefully, we're trying to raise awareness about the sport in that part of the world. It's definitely, I think the African continent has shown a lot of progress in the last couple of Olympics, especially with Kirsty and the South Africans, and a little bit me in the last 4 to 5 years with the 1500 and the 400 free. So it's definitely a great addition to the sport, having the African continent contribute and in the international level.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I mean, after your success at the Olympics and the World Championships, is there more buzz about swimming back in your home country?
Definitely, I think so. I mean, in Tunisia, people are going crazy about swimming. The parents are much more involved. They're putting their kids through swimming lessons all over the country. I think a lot of other North African countries are trying to build more serious programs and trying to fix certain things in their sports programs to help certain swimmers become better, and a lot of them are sending their swimmers overseas too.
Did you think you would come back from Rome the world record holder in the 1500?
I think so. I think Hackett's world record was definitely in my reach. I think I could have gotten it. It's just that I had a rough 2 first races. I was planning on winning gold in the 400 and got ran down by Biederman in the last 50. Same thing happened to me in the 800, which was actually the biggest surprise for me to lose the 800 because I was going in there to win it. So for the 1500, I just wanted to kind of play it safe, stick with the field in the beginning, and then make a move at the end, kind of like what I did in Beijing. Kept the same strategy. All I wanted was to win gold. I didn't want to bring home 3 silver. So that was the strategy for me. I think it cost me the world record.
So, in other words, you think maybe if the 400 had not played out like it did with Biederman running you down, you maybe would have been more aggressive in the first 1,000 or so of the mile.
Definitely. I think they would have gave me a lot more confidence than I had going into my mile. I honestly was scared in the day of my 1500, and it doesn't happen to me real often, but there was definitely rough competition out there. Zhang Lin from China had a great 800, so I was expecting him to have a great 1500. Ryan Cochrane was right on his best times, so he was going to be a big threat in the 1500 too. And you know, the mile has gotten so much faster in the last couple of years that you never know who's going to win it. I felt like there were a couple of guys out there that are trying to get me, and that extra pressure didn't put me in my comfort zone. I wasn't, trying to get in the rhythm and stick with it and try to go the fastest I could. I just wanted to win the race.
So chalk that one up to one that you'll remember while you're training for the next few years.
Exactly. You know, that world record is definitely something that we've been talking about with my coach Dave. He keeps on pushing me every day in workouts and talking smack a little bit about how I don't hold the world record in the 1500, and we've been training to shoot for 1430, so that's what we're going to keep on doing.
Well, you and Michael Phelps both had something in common in Rome. You were run down. Well, I guess Phelps never even got ahead of Biederman, but what are your thoughts on Paul Biederman? Because so much was made of him in the suits. I mean, he obviously had a great meet, but he kind of became the poster boy for what can be done in those high-tech suits. Does that, give you confidence knowing you're switching back to jammers and this guy's not invincible in the 400?
Definitely, it's going to be interesting to see how people are going to react next year to not having the suits. I mean, we all know that certain swimmers benefit more than others having the suit because of their body style, their weight, of many different factors. What Biederman did this summer was definitely something incredible, and he's a great swimmer. I know, I'm a good friend of his, and we've been talking about it, and he said that up to 2008 he was swimming in a different suit with a different company that he didn't feel comfortable in. So he felt like he was at a disadvantage for the last couple of years, and now he finally found the good suit that he likes, and he's going incredibly fast. But we'll see. Next year for swimming, the world of swimming and the sport of swimming is going to change tremendously, and it's going to be interesting to see who's going to stay on top and who's not.
What's training like for you at USC? I mean, who do you train with? I mean, you guys have kind of an international hub there of some really top stars.
We have an incredible group of swimmers. I think we call it the international. What is it? What does Dave call it? He calls it a name. It's funny. Welcome to the international club of swimming, because we have so many talented group of athletes that come from all around the world. We have Kitajima training with us now. We have Dominic Maitrey, Jessica Hardy, Tiago Pereira from Brazil. Just a great group of swimmers. We have a couple milers that are coming to train with me, and one of them is from Norway. He's coming in January. And just the college team as well. Dave has been doing a great job recruiting at USC, and we're building a championship team here. And you're going to hear about us. I think Dave has taken this program to where he wants it to be, and he's been recruiting the people that he wants to coach. So I think if you've been here 2 years ago and you come to our pool deck today, you'll see a big difference, which is great.
Ous Mellouli, world champion, Olympic champion, and star recruiter for the USC Trojans. Ous, thank you so much for joining us, and we can't wait to watch you next year and see what happens.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, that's Ous Mellouli joining us, and we will be right back with your tip of the week.
Man, Frank's trying to not pay me my winnings for the skins beat down I just issued him because his 401k's tanking. It's like, dude, you got to grab the reins, man. Get E-Trade, do some analytics, do some research, and take charge so I don't have to subsidize your lack of golfing skills.
But on the night toll, you moved your ball.
Frank, it was on the cart path. Why don't you try reading the rules, Shankopotamus?
Take control with one of the most powerful investing machines there is. Join the 1,000 new accounts a day.
All right, this week's tip of the week comes courtesy of Australian coach Grant Stoelwinder. We caught up with him at the High Altitude Training Center in Flagstaff.
It's got the little black ball, and that's on elastic, and then this is on just a normal cord. And it's got no stretch in the cord, but there's stretch on the little connection, and you can watch the little ball just go back and forth. You know, you can see if they're dropping at some point, and Matt looks pretty good there. He's holding pretty constant tension. But you'll see some of them when they'll take he's got a snorkel on. Sometimes if you take the breath, you'll see where they drop and they lose connection with the water.
It's like a little gauge.
Yeah, it's great. Well, that was by accident.
Thanks to Garrett McCaffrey for going up to Flagstaff to get that tip of the week. And that is it for the show today. I'm Peter Busch, reminding you to keep your head down at the finish.